Rabotai, we were speaking about many of the things that we can do to improve our zechuyot during Chodesh Elul towards the upcoming Yom Adin of Rosh Hashanah. Obviously, one of the most important things in Jewish life is Shalom Bayit, making sure that peace in the home is maintained at all times, or at least we try. The Ritba, Rabbeinu Yom Tov ben Avraham, famously says that the pasuk, the isur of verbal oppression, the isur of lotonu ishet amito, refers to primarily the pain caused between spouses, between husband and wife. So it's a very, very important thing, especially during this time. Maran Zichron Bracha brings down a famous story in his Anafetz Avot, his commentary on Pirkei Avot. He says that one time, one of the great Hasidic leaders, Adon of Yechiel Michal Mizlochov, who was a tremendous tzaddik, he had B'Yerusha, a pair of tefillin from his father, Rabbi Yitzchak Midirhovitz. Anyway, his father was also a tremendous tzaddik, and people used to come over to him all the time, rich people, to try to buy those tefillin. They wanted to buy it. Tremendous kedusha. And he would never sell it. And they offered him exorbitant sums of money, and he would never sell the tefillin. So his wife always pushed him, sell it, the family needs the money. He always refused. There was one year, it came Chag HaSukkot, and there was a big shortage of etrogim in Europe, and there was a rich man who was selling his etrog, but for a tremendous amount of money. But that was the only etrog to be found. And he said, you know what, this is my opportunity. He went and he finally sold his father's pair of tefillin, and with that money, he bought the etrog, the only etrog in town. He came home, his wife asked him, where were you? What are you holding? He says, an etrog. He says, what? And she says, what etrog? What are you talking about? There's a shortage. Where'd you get that? So he spilled the beans. He said, I had to sell my father's tefillin to buy the etrog. So she says, one second. They were willing, when it came to feeding your family, you weren't able to sell your father's tefillin. Now for an etrog, you sold the tefillin. She got very, very upset. She took the etrog, she slammed it on the ground. The pitum went, to Gehinnom, and that was the end of that etrog. At that moment, he turned around and he raised his eyes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and he said, Ribono shel Olam, at this moment, I have neither my father's pair of tefillin, nor do I have an etrog. He says, but the last thing that I can hold on to, he says, but I'm not going to rock the boat, I'm not going to get angry, and I'm not going to disturb the peace in the home. So that's the only thing I can give you at this moment, Hashem. The first night of Sukkot, his father, the tremendous tzaddik, Rav Yitzchak Midirhovitz, came to him in the dream, and he said, in Shamayim, your actions created a very, very big ra'ash. That tefillah that you said from Omik HaLev, that you said, for Shalom, you're not gonna distort the peace. And he said in Shamayim, they decided that from now on, they're going to give you Parnasah B'Shefa as a result of that thing. So it's a very, very powerful thing all the time, all the more so during Chodesh Elul. Yom Tov.